I've always referred the Chinese sports program as sort of the fourth branch of the military.
It's been one hell of an experience.
Got you, helped him out. Hey, thanks, man.
In my last video, there was this cool-looking foreigner who walked past, and well, a lot of people were questioning and asking, like, who is that guy? You know, why is there this basketball-looking guy with beats walking past? So I thought I'd basically, well, it's kind of a weird situation, but it turns out that my friend over here, this guy, is actually a subscriber and introduced the cool-looking foreign dude to my videos, and he said, hey, let's all meet up. So how about it? Yeah, here we are. I'd like you, first of all, to introduce yourself, please, to everybody. Tell everyone what you do.
Okay. Hey everybody. My name is Glen from Seattle, Washington. I'm here teaching basketball terminology and basketball skills to some of the Chinese kids in the slam dunk program here in Shenzhen.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. So I think the question everybody wants to know is, what do you think of China? I mean, you know, they saw in the video, you walking past, you're like 3 times taller than everybody else around you, right?
Yeah.
So what's it like?
It's been one hell of an experience. I mean, looking for food, trying to exercise, trying to learn the language. It's an experience I wouldn't change from
In the toilet.
And the toilet situation is not what you want to be on, but everything else has been pretty fun so far.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I love it.
Fantastic. Well, you know, there's something else. This guy over here is actually kind of famous. How about you tell everybody about your sort of fame as being the first Asian guy in the modern history to play basketball or something in America?
Well, by luck and by a lot of support, you know, primarily from my high school basketball coach in Seattle, Washington. His name is Floyd Webb. Hi, Floyd, if you're watching this video. Floyd taught me basketball when no one said that I could. Being a Chinese American, my family raised me in Seattle growing up. I'm only 5'7". My parents always was against me playing basketball because they had this old Chinese mentality that you have to be tall. But Floyd made a believer in me, saying that all I need is basketball skills to overcome the limitation of my height. So through Coach Floyd and myself, we trained together every day for 4 years in high school. As a result, I became the first, not only Chinese, but the first yellow-skinned or Asian in modern period to play collegiate basketball, NCAA Division I. And so in China, I'm sort of considered a living legend, you know.
Nice.
So, and now I'm back here in China for the first time in 6 years. I'm now the head coach of the Slam Dunk Basketball Club. In Chinese, it's called 灌篮国际篮球俱乐部. And Glen here is my second in command. So we oversee a coaching staff of nearly 20, and we have about 800 kids in our youth program.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I mean, this is quite interesting, and what they do is they basically are looking after kids that have these after-school programs, trying to form leagues and things like that, right? You guys are breaking some ground?
Yeah, may I share a little bit about the history of Chinese basketball?
Yeah, let's hear about the history of Chinese basketball. This should be interesting.
Yeah, well, see, as it turned out, traditionally, you know, because of the communist system, the Chinese basketball history started, it's more like the sports system, where very similar to Russia, where the goal is to win Olympic gold medals. I've always referred the Chinese sports program as sort of the fourth branch of the military. every 4 years we must win a lot of gold medals to show the world that we are mighty, so in theory, what has happened in the past is that when you're 12 years old, if you're 12 years old, your family's poor, you're usually these kids and you're athletic, these kids or tall, these kids are from the northeastern part of China, which is by the Russia border or North Korea. And they're sent to these sports academies, and from age 12 to 18, they're trained 3-4 times a day. Essentially, within the next 6 years, if they succeed in making the Olympic team, or if they succeed in making into the pro leagues in China, then they might have a decent life. But most of these kids in the sports academies will never make it, and as a result, they are given a fake diploma saying that thank you for your services, you graduated, but they're left with no skills, okay, to fend for themselves in the real world, let alone if they want to do hard blue collar work. Their body has been damaged from all the sports injuries, and there's really no medical care to take care of these retired athletes. But China's changing, especially like cities like tier 1 cities like Shenzhen, Beijing, and Shanghai. Parents are more aware of the health benefits of kids participating in sports. So schools don't have an after-school program. And so parents in these tier 1 cities are spending money, number one, for their kids to exercise and get off the iPads.
Right.
And at the same time, most of these wealthy kids, because these kids are raised in tier 1 cities, most parents are affluent. So most of these kids, by the time they reach 12, will be sent abroad. So what the parents want them to do is to be well-rounded by the time they're 12 and sent abroad to boarding schools and things like that. So China is changing, the sports industry is changing, the sports industry as a whole is blooming, and so if you guys ever are interested in coming to China to learn about sports or basketball, hit me up, reach Winston, and Winston will point you guys to me, okay?
Excellent. Well, I must say that this is an absolute pleasure to meet these guys, because it's always good to meet people who are actually part of a change.
Yes.
And what you guys are doing is you're actually making the whole basketball thing very legitimate and very interesting and awesome, and you're helping a lot of kids. So just want to say,
No.
absolute pleasure meeting you, and absolute pleasure meeting you as well.
I love this guy. I love that. We love this guy.
Yeah, and we're gonna be getting together for some drinks really soon.
We'll do a segment on beer.
Perfect.
Okay. And water.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So anyway, is there anything you'd like to say to everybody before we sign off?
Mom, go ahead.
I don't have much. Subscribe to this guy. That's all I can say. He's
Awesome.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Winston is a great guy. Refer more of his content to your friends. That's pump up the subscriber rating, and help him out. Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
Especially
you.
if you're coming to China, you're gonna need this man.
Okay.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And learn everything about China from his video.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.
Stay awesome.
We never met before, but today, I'ma make you remember me.
我一定要组一个全国最强战队，然后称霸武林。
对哟，要看他够不够格。
一对一论技术，两位都是高手，不过我们只能选一位。
打人，今天都打。Come on！ 我跟他打。One, two, three, hey!